Hi everybody, we're back. This time.
We're back. Okay. Hello everyone. So I have raw Matt here with me and we're gonna make a smoothie. We're gonna show you how I make my smoothies. So the last video, raw Matt showed me how he makes teas. And so I'm gonna show him how I make my smoothies. So the first thing here, the first ingredient is aloe vera. So we cut up some aloe vera, put it in there, pretty simple. And a Vitamix is my favorite blender. Is that your favorite blender?
Probably. Company's kind of odd. I hear negative things about them all the time, but they make great blenders. Can't deny that. So, right. The aloe vera, by the way, doesn't have the outer leaf. If you noticed, it was peeled. Aloe vera means plant of immortality. In Egypt, they use the plant for a lot of things. It's medicinal. It can put on topically. People use it for burns. People use it for skin damage from the sun. The inner plant has a ton of enzymes. I think over 107. Tons of different varieties. Medicinal plant. The outside is a laxative, so be careful. Don't throw the whole thing in. Don't get lazy.
And isn't aloe vera high in rhodium and iridium? I heard
it pulls every mineral from the ground very, very well. It can actually have gold in it. And the only other thing really does that a lot is our grape seeds. So yeah, they really suck up minerals from the ground very, very easily, and it makes a great meat substitute. You can cut it up and soak it in beet juice and get like sushi looking meat from it.
And it's good if you have like a sore stomach issues, like if you had ulcers. It's soothing to the whole digestive tract.
Right, exactly. It'll only aggravate some IBS people because I'm not sure why actually. I've overheard conversations where they're like, yeah, it doesn't agree with my body so well, and actually I would probably use it to heal that, but that's myself.
So the first ingredient I'll add here to the smoothie is cacao beans. So cacao beans, what I know about them is they're super high in antioxidants, super good for your heart, very high in minerals such as iron, magnesium, and chromium even, so it's good to control your blood sugar. What else do you know about cacao beans?
I hear positives and negatives on the effect of the liver. I hear it's overhyped, but yet you can't negate the fact that some of the longest people in the world have credited chocolate to helping them get there. Anything that's going to be a medicine would be a wonderful addition as long as it tastes good. And when you're getting into raw chocolate, you're getting it kind of bitter, but you're keeping intact a lot of it because it's coming straight from being pulled from the tree and fermented and then right to a bag. So you're getting a pretty nutritious one. The only problem that I find with them is that they have enzyme inhibitors that you can't get out from soaking.
That's right. Actually, I'm using raw chocolate beans, but usually I use a cacao powder that's a traditionally fermented processed cacao powder. Correct. But I only put 2 of these in. This isn't really going to be a chocolate smoothie. I'm just putting them in there for the extra antioxidants. So
this is going to have a lot of antioxidants. I saw what's behind me.
I'm an antioxidant junkie.
Speaking of antioxidants,
gonna kill himself.
Do you want to use a chaga base for it? Because I do some pre-made chaga.
Sure. Get some chaga.
Sure.
So another ingredient we'll put in here into the smoothie is goji berries. So what I know about goji berries, most people know about these goji berries, or maybe not. Maybe you haven't heard of that before. But goji berries, they're just they're good for. They have polysaccharides, long-chain sugars. They're good for your immune system. They're good for your eyesight. They have beta-carotene, and they're high in all kinds of good stuff. What do you think about them?
They're very unique in the aspect that they have a secretion that actually secretes human growth hormone.
Oh, that's right.
One of the unique stories about a Taoist herbalist, a man that traveled in the mountains, actually said he made a sage that was over 500 years old that ate nothing but goji berries. And that's pretty profound considering that man himself lived to be 236 years old, and was in Times Magazine article in 1933, and he devoted his life and changed everything because of meeting and seeing this man. So that's fascinating because these berries themselves, again, a berry is very medicinal and tons of aspects.
So I added about a tablespoon of those goji berries. Okay, so next thing we got here is Tonka beans. So Tonka beans, I was telling Matt earlier, they thin your blood. They're good for if you have a clotting blood, you've too thick blood. You want to put a Tonka bean into your smoothie, just one. Don't overdo it because you'll bleed to death or something.
I'll tell you what. Let's cut to a commercial. All right.
It sounds like a infomercial for a pharmaceutical.
Yeah.
May cause bleeding, rectum destruction, teeth failing.
Yeah.
Pretty much everything.
So
Sounds fun.
the next thing is baobab. Do you know anything about baobab?
Not much.
It's high in vitamin C, like 5 times more than an orange, and it's really high in minerals.
Protein too.
And the best part is it smells really good. But it's just a fruit. It's just a dried fruit powder. Okay.
Similar to
so
lucuma.
I put like 2 of these in there. 2 big scoopfuls. Okay. So the next thing we got here is
I'm not handing you anything.
holy basil. What do you know about holy basil?
Holy basil is a nutritional herb that's been used for centuries. They use it when it comes to medicinal teas. Tulsi is another name for it. I find that it's a good tasting herb, works better as a tea. We can throw it in a smoothie. Won't be detrimental in any way. It's just brought out stronger in herbal teas. They really help the body build blood. They help with the circulation, not to the point where we're gonna die. So that's good. They fortify your system, help bring up your immune system. So I'm a big fan of it.
Awesome. They're a big fan of this in Ayurvedic medicine in India, right?
Yes.
Like every house has a plant in front of their house.
Tulsi,
Yeah.
because of it, yeah.
Yeah. And this is an extract that's super powerful, so we're just gonna add like just a little bit. It has a really strong flavor. You don't want too much of this stuff.
Very strong.
It'll just totally mess up your smoothie.
Yeah, it's a tea.
Yeah. Next thing is bacopa. Okay, so bacopa. What do you know about bacopa?
It's for the brain.
Yeah.
It's simply put.
Yeah, it's basically neurological health, cognition. So I'm gonna put like a spoon, just a little, not too much, because this has this has a really strong flavor. You really don't want to overdo it on this stuff. It'll just mess up the whole smoothie.
You're just gonna have to add a ton of sweetener.
Just like a little bit, because it's just really kind of gross. Well, a lot of these herbs, once you get into this herbology stuff, herbs just really taste gross. A lot of them.
A lot of bitters, and bitters so good for the liver, but people can't choke them down, so they're not medicinal for anybody. People want a pill.
Yeah, and this is why making a smoothie is so good. A fruit smoothie, a berry smoothie as we're making, because then you can hide stuff in there and kind of mask the flavor with enough sweetener. But really, we're going for a medicinal type of beverage, not just a food, not just filling yourself up with sugary sweetness. It's gonna be going down, like a spoonful of sugar helps the medicine go down, right?
A spoonful of sugar helps the medicine go down. The medicine go down, medicine go down. Just a spoonful of sugar helps the medicine go down in a most delightful way.
It's just medicine. That's all we want.
Yeah, that's what we're doing. So, okay, the next thing is mangosteen. What do you know about mangosteen?
Mangosteen is a very popular fruit. It made popular kind of by Genesis Now. I think they were one of the first product lines to come out with it. Its antioxidant properties are up there with camu camu and goji. They're incredible. I don't really get to partake in it much because it's a really expensive supplement, something that you'll probably not do too much of. It tastes fairly good, and it's a fruit, so I love it. I'm huge into fruits.
It's kind of cheaper when you buy it in, these big pound bags of extract from Ohio Foods, because it's a concentrate, and it's not bad. It's not good tasting, but it's really good for you.
Poor people are like, what are they talking about? That one sounds horrible. We've just added every bad, strong tasting herb on top of aloe vera.
All we did is we added the medicinal ingredients first. These are all the gross crap. This is not going to taste good yet. So now comes the berries. Okay.
Before you add the berries, I want to know if you think maca is a good idea. Maca, is that a good idea?
Well, I mean, you could put some maca in there, but it's just gonna make the flavor even worse.
Okay, so we're not going to. But if we did add it, would it have boosted testosterone? What would it do?
Maca is a person-to-person hormone adjuster.
Okay.
Some will have horrible counterindications. Women might have their periods every 2 weeks.
Wait, don't do it.
Maca can be very profound in making you have a lot of energy. Its notorious effect is fixing the adrenals. So I'm a fan of things that can fix the adrenals for people. They're really shot out.
Cool. And what about hemp seed? If we add that, we'll get some good protein, right?
I do love hemp seed. Hemp seeds are very convenient for people because they're the only nuts and seeds you can buy, and they're perfect as is. They don't have enzyme inhibitors. They don't have phytates. They don't really have anything negative. The only thing there are is high in estrogen. But I think they're a great one. I consume them myself because I don't really do fish oil. So I love hemp seed, and if I had it on hand every day, I'd probably consume it every day. So.
Do you want any in there?
Yeah, I'm gonna
He's
put
got
some hemp
some
seeds.
goodies.
Yeah,
Oh, you have some?
I have a packet up here. So we're just gonna add the berries. I just add a bunch of berries. You know, just like a big bunch of berries. We gotta add a lot of berries to make it.
Wow.
You're shocked.
That is a lot of berry. How's it? Okay.
Yeah, it works.
I'm ready for
Trust
this.
me, I do it all the time. So,
Wow.
now, the secret to a good berry smoothie is you gotta add a little bit of fat. Otherwise, you're not gonna absorb the minerals very good. I mean, sorry, the antioxidants. So, a little bit of fat with your berries will help increase the absorption of the antioxidants, right? By like a lot.
And
Quite a bit.
the vitamins, because of fat soluble vitamins.
And I'm not a crazy amount, but just just
Probably the whole bottle.
But the idea
Some.
of certain
maybe a
vitamins,
little more.
the idea of certain
And it gives it a nice smooth texture and feel to it too.
The idea of certain vitamins being called fat soluble is that they digest better and absorb better if you have fat with it, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's right.
Yeah,
Exactly.
So we got
They
the
last
oil
longer in the
there. And
Get a little mesquite.
yeah, we didn't put any
Wow.
mesquite, so now we're gonna put some mesquite. So what do you know about mesquite? Tell them about mesquite.
Mesquite is a very low glycemic legume. I think it's 25 on the scale, so it's quite low. It has fructose in it, so it naturally has a sweet flavor to it. You're probably familiar with it from the barbecues that have mesquite barbecue flavor that get added. A little goes a long way. When you mostly see coyote dung, it's mostly mesquite. They love the stuff. They don't digest it very well, but it's pretty good stuff. Ooh.
And just in case the berries aren't sweet enough, we're gonna have to just put some honey in there, you know. And ideally, you'd use raw honey. Unfortunately, I don't have any raw honey, so we're just gonna put some of this, you know, organic. At least it's organic, but don't overdo it on the honey. You know, it might make it too sweet. But so I'm gonna add a tablespoon. I mean, like a heaping spoonful of hemp seeds. You know, for some protein. Hemp seeds are. Oh, we talked about hemp seeds already. You already explained.
Really
that.
a little bit.
Complete
Tell them
protein
about the
are really
protein.
awesome.
It actually matches our blood very, very closely. It's called endestin, the type of protein that's in hemp seeds. And yeah, it's really medicinal. It's digested really fast because they're probably broken down into branch chain or amino acids rather than long chain proteins. So it's fairly good. The oils and the protein are really good with that. It's very high in fiber. So if you need fiber in the diet, it's really good. If you're overdoing it because you're a raw foodist, be careful with the hemp. Stick to the low fiber.
We got some pre-prepared chaga tea. Okay, probably never heard of this before. Chaga tea is very good for antioxidants. Chaga tea is unique because it has superoxide dismutase, which is like a master antioxidant. So supposedly the legend
We
of lore.
take chunks and we boil them.
Yeah. So supposedly, people who drink this tea on a regular basis in Russia, Siberia, whatever, these people live like they're commonly reported to be centenarian, live to centenarian ages when they drink this tea often, and it's really good for you. What do you think about it?
Way more antioxidants than even blueberries.
Yeah. This is like a super antioxidant, and it's high in melanin and other stuff. What do you think about it?
I like chaga. It's one of the superior mushrooms. In Siberia, they do call it an immortality mushroom, which is kind of neat. It grows on birch trees. Kind of unique to find. If you see any black-looking fungus on a birch tree, it's chaga. Take it. It's worth thousands of dollars. It does help secrete superoxide dismutase. Actually, it contains it. It doesn't help you make it. So make sure to take it with some kind of a storage protein so it can pass the hydrochloric acid to the stomach. Usually I would do it with something that I normally wouldn't like to, which is some type of an alcohol. I want it to bind to the indigestible type. Some kind of grain alcohol, but you don't need to. You'll get something out of it. Obviously, the people that are drinking the tea every day are getting benefits from it, but I think you can get a lot more out of it. So here we go.
Here we go. We're gonna blend. These come really in handy.
I'm hopeful. We have a hope. Where is your hope? It's hope that I will live forever.
It's done. Holy cow. You can exercise.
All right.
You can edit out that.
I had to blend it really good because there's a lot of seeds in there. You know, you have to blend it longer than you might think because there's a lot of seeds from the berries, the berry seeds, the blackberry seeds. You want that kind of ground up pretty good. Otherwise, it's going to be chunky and who knows? Sometimes I think those seeds could like go in your colon and like cut little scrapes in it and like cause like little diverticuli, polyps, and I just get afraid. I get afraid of swallowing. I have a fear of swallowing like chunks of stuff.
Got it. Well, you must love smoothies then.
Okay,
Sometimes I get so neurotic I like strain the smoothie and like make sure it's really smooth. Raw Matt be the taste tester. And if this is even tasteable, that's pretty good considering how much medicinal stuff we put in there.
I think it's delicious. Here, pour one for you.
It's not super sweet. See,
Good.
we could have done, like a lot of people who make smoothies, they cheat and they just like overdo it on the sweetener, right? They just load it with sweet.
Right.
And I like to just do it just enough to where it's like it's drinkable, it's pretty good. It's not like overkill.
Right. Fruits themselves add a lot of sweetness. And
Yeah.
now if the herbs are too bitter, that's where the honey comes in.
Yeah.
It's your backup. But yeah, no, it turned out great.
Yeah, I did add a little bit extra honey too because I tasted it and I was like, no, this is not enough, and then I added a little bit more and it's pretty good.
Right.
But add sweetener to your taste.
It's awesome.
Cheers.
Add some cinnamon next time.
Cheers. To eternal life.
Cinnamon. Yeah.
Let's all toast to eternal life.
Got it. To eternal life.
To eternal life.
What we're talking about is eternal life.